ここだよ、ザイン。私はエルフだ。お前よりもずっと年上のお姉さんだよ。
What's the end game?
Don't.
You can't put yourself out there as I'm an older woman, and then what's your end run? Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are here with another episode of Frieren, Beyond a Journey's End. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you remember from last episode, Justin?
So in the last episode, we had just made it to a new town, but it started off with some flashbacks from a very tired / cold Frieren. The flashbacks were mainly built around hold on.
Himmel? Well,
Himmel,
I mean,
yes.
Technically you're right on both accounts, because the flashbacks were Stark and Himmel. Well, technically the flashbacks were literally from Frieren's perspective, so about Himmel. But there were Stark flashbacks too.
About Himmel. Then it was revealed that it was Stark's birthday. There was a nice little montage of Stark and Fern spending some time together, doing some stuff, boob clouds, and such. Then we got some flashbacks of why Stark ran away from his village, and it wasn't out of cowardice, as he sort of implied before. He was told to run by his brother. Growing up, his father was very clearly not supportive and just thought that he was weak and wouldn't make it. And that was really what the episode was about. It was just about those connections continuing. Then there was a whole bunch of confusing mixed messages at the end of not being, and we couldn't figure out what was going to happen next. However, my prediction is still that we're going to go back and Stark's going to pull the sword from the stone.
I don't think so. I still think Stark's brother is alive. You think he's dead?
I think he's dead.
I don't know. The fact he's in the opening is what's getting to me. And yes, I do acknowledge that a bunch of people in the opening are dead. It's kind of the point of the show, is moving on from everything. Maybe it's a trope in anime that I'm falling into here. Also, I don't remember if Kraft and Stark's brother were in the opening before, and I just never noticed or commented, or... You know what's that thing? I don't remember what it's called. Like when you need to buy a mattress, and then all you notice are mattress commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of thing.
I know what you're talking about. I think of the name. Only thing coming to my head is placebo, which I know that's not it.
Yeah, the placebo effect.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it might just be that they were always there, and I'm just noticing it now because we met Kraft, and I was looking during the conversation we were having for a Himmel replacement. So
yeah,
it could entirely be that I found what I was looking for, and that was it. Well, I mean, I thought Kraft was going to stick with the party too, so that was a surprise to me.
I think we have our party.
I know that when we see the party together in the opening, that it's just those three people, but I also know that we are, now close to
13.
halfway through? Yeah, if we were doing one more episode today, we might be hitting the halfway point. In which case I would expect possibly to get a second opening. So, I don't know if this is going to be a one opening show or a two opening show. Tends to be with a 24 episode run, you might get two different openings, because again, the shorter standard run is a 12 episode where we only get one. But 24 would be like a 2-core anime, which might have a... This one wasn't, but a 2-core would be one season gets a release, and then you hold off for a season, and then you do a second season release. And it might be 2 cores would be one season still.
Got it.
Cores are very confusing. Cores are basically just means season. That you would release a show across multiple seasons, and it would be
Mini
one.
season.
And by season, I mean seasons of the year, not seasons of a show.
Got it.
So
Got it.
multiple cores can still be one season, and a lot of people in the anime community get it all confused. Like, you'll look things up like, when's the second season of this show, or sorry, when's the third season of this show going to show up? It's like, it only had one season. Why would you be looking for the third season? Because it had 2 cores, and people are confusing the second core as a second season instead of a first season. Like, I think the big one originally was Witch from Mercury. Witch from Mercury was supposed to have 2 seasons, and then they made a tweet saying that it was actually just going to be a second core of 1 season. Anyway, I don't think we have anything else to go over before the episode, do we?
I don't think so.
Alright, then I say we just go ahead and roll into it.
Hell
But
yeah.
before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. Just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
そうか。お前は冒険者なのか。
Who are you?
俺もずっと昔、
that looks a lot like the
Graf Sun?
Graft.
Or you would imagine the Graf Sun would look like. But he's dead.
Could have been the Graft's father.
See, the thing is that we jump around in time all the time with this show. So,
Yeah.
most of the time it's not that jarring, but this time I feel like we were in an arc and I've missed an episode. It's like, who is this guy?
Oh.
He's talking real familiar.
I am now paying closer attention to this opening to look for figures.
I have talked about the first, 5 seconds of the opening so many times that I already know what this part looks like.
Okay, so far I'm seeing Craft in here or the figure with the sword.
No, he shows up around here-ish. Quick flash. After we deal with the party together.
Okay. Lights pointing.
That was Aura, by the way.
Frieren,
Aura has also always been in the
episode.
opening. That was not Stark's outfit, by the way, holding that sword.
True.
But there. That was Kraft, that was the brother. That was the guy that we were just talking to in the opening, by the way, smoking in the church.
Yep.
There's a lot to pull from here now that we know to look for it. Like I said, we saw somebody drawing the sword, but that looked like Himmel. So I think that was just a callback to Himmel's outfit. Also, we saw Frieren's staff lean forwards, and in the reflection of Frieren's staff was Aura. So Aura has also always been in the opening.
100%.
Things we only could know after having seen it. Could be this guy's outfit, though. It looked like Himmel, because Himmel's is constantly blue.
Uh-huh.
But the outfit that's drawing the sword was a dark blue. I just assumed because it was in the cave. So Himmel's, but dark. Could be this guy.
あの時あの手を取っていたら何かが変わっていたんだろうな。10年も昔の話だ。
What was the name of this episode again?
今でも後悔しているよ。
I don't remember.
Why are you telling me this?
俺の村は収穫祭が近くてな。料理に使う野草を森で取ってくるように兄貴に頼まれた。そしたら
Oh, are you stuck in quicksand? There we go. I knew it.
Yeah.
He's not telling a story because he wants to just hang out. This is what I was talking about before, that this show goes back and forth between comedy and seriousness.
Yep.
We were just talking to a guy. No, we're not. There's a reason he's out here.
Your hand is dirty.
Remember, she can lift stuff with magic.
Yep. 100%. That's why she's that's why she's doing it.
物理的に汚いのは初めてかも。もう少し時間いい？底なし沼から引っこ抜く魔法を思い出すから。
なるべく
He's just fucking with him.
フリーレン様、薬草集まりましたか？
あ、思い出した。
俺はここでいいよ。
フリーレン様がご迷惑をおかけしました。
別にいいって。助けてもらったんだから。
I'm glad they were consistent with the mud on him, because it's literally how he was in the mud.
Yep.
それより本当に村に寄っていかなくていいのか？収穫祭の準備で忙しいが、礼くらいするぞ。
物資の補充がしたいから、今日中に大きめの町に行きたいんだよね。
そうか。なら気をつけてな。ここら辺は危険な毒性生物が多いから。
Specifically venomous.
Correct.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was just was Himmel in the dark cave. Well, shit. Literally, we just warned you.
噛まれた？
気をつけろって言われたのに何やってるのもう。
とりあえず止血しましょう。
あれ、なんか鼻血出てきた。
We just fucking warned you.
この種類の分析って僧侶の魔法だから得意じゃな
Okay,
い。
so they do have magic.
知らない反応だし、手持ちの毒消しじゃ無理かも。
Because it's not
公開で見てもらった
poison.
方がいい。
It's venom.
フェルン、飛行魔法、あとどのくらい使える？
魔力の消費が大きいので。
And it explains the opening thing where I said we saw him smoking in a
30分じゃ
church.
町まではいけないね。さっきの
Yep.
村まで戻ろう。シュタルクは私が運ぶね。
大げさだな。大丈夫だって。
No, you're
僕
not.
は気合でなんとかなるって師匠も言っていたぜ。
そういえば、アイゼンって竜を混沌させるほどの猛毒の矢を受け
Yeah,
た
but that might be a reason why Eisen isn't going to survive for as long as we
ハイ
think
タ
he
ーが
will.
ドン引きしていた。
Yep.
いえ、ドン引きしている時点でおかしいのはアイゼン様だと思います。それに、ハイター様の話によると、冒険者の死因の2割は
There's-
毒だそうです。
This might be a translation thing, but they're saying poison.
Yeah, no.
本当
Yeah.
に大丈夫だって。
I don't know.
And they
It
were
could be
told
like that whole
venomous.
thing where people get
手遅れですね。
venom and
数時間後には脳が溶け始
shit.
め、
What's the thing people get mixed
鼻
up
から
again?
全部流れ出て。
Venom and is it venom and poison? It's venom and something.
Yeah.
どうにかならないんですか、神父様。
本来なら初期の段階でしか対処できませんが、私の弟ならあるよ。
Oh, right, yeah. That a creature can be poisonous.
Oh,
but a
throwback
creature
to the
can-
guy we met.
新しい
Well, yeah, he said his brother sent him out to get herbs.
製品です。やりすぎじゃない？手のひらサイズまで製品しちゃってんのうちくらいだよ。それよりもザイン、この方を見てあげなさい。あれ？兄貴、こいつらだよ。俺のこと助けてくれたのは。なんだ？蛇にでも噛まれたか？気をつけろっつったのに。
I mean, at least it's it's easy to understand, right? Apparently, the venom had an anticoagulant in it, which I guess implies that he already had a nosebleed.
鼻血止まった。
Oh, do you think he had a nosebleed because he's attracted to Fern? You might not know it, but it's a anime standard that when Japanese men...
I am aware of that anime standard.
Look, I'm just trying to buy into your own theory and explain it why he's bleeding from the nose.
Hey, I appreciate it.
その回復のエキスパートが不治と判断した毒を一瞬で治療した。あれは天性の際だ。
やはりフリーレン様には分かりますか？
私のこと知っているの？
ハイター様から聞かされておりましたので。
Oh, are you one of Mr. Hyde? Are you one of Hyder's
生徒
orphans?
から視察に来られたハイター様から授けられたものです。
It's seeming
と言っ
likely.
ても、所詮私は田舎の僧侶。誇れるものなんてこれくらいしかありません。ですが、ザインの際は私の日ではない。私たちの両親は
I could see him joining the party, but if so, I don't think he's filling that hero role.
Not him, Sign. Sign would.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it follows. Like I said, Fern would be the Frieren replacement, and then Sign would be the Hyder replacement. And Stark, not the Himmel replacement, like you say, is still Eisen replacement.
I don't think Frieren is getting a replacement.
Well, it would not be an interesting reaction if we didn't disagree.
100%.
俺は賛成だぜ、フリーレン。悩むようなことじゃねえだろ。もう脳みそ鼻から出そうになる経験はごめんだぜ。
確かにここから先は僧侶がいた方が安心かもしれませんね。
So you were saying about him not joining the party?
何が不満なんですか？
同族嫌悪かな。
何言ってんだこいつ。
Sign doesn't look like an elf. It's an
俺一
elf.
人でも勧誘しに行くぜ。
Didn't seem like it.
どこに？
ザイン様はいつもこの下の酒場に入り浸ってい
Or
る
are we
そうです。
implying magic users?
え？
Even if it's a different kind of magic.
酒、タバコ、ギャンブル。さすがに生臭すぎないかな。
親睦を深めてるんだ。小僧もや
Like I
るか。
said, a Hyder replacement.
シュタルクだ。俺たち僧侶を探しているんだ。仲間にならないか？
冗談だろう。俺はこの村の僧侶だ。
No, you're not. Your brother
冒
is.
険になんか。いや、それも一興か。座れ、シュタルク。俺に勝てたら仲間になってやるよ。
本当か？
ええ、本当だ。
Time to grift a young warrior.
フリーレン様、今下からシュタルク様の悲鳴のような声が。
I imagine he's probably naked. Took him for everything.
Yep.
Except maybe his
Yep.
axe. Begging to keep his axe. Nope, never mind.
身ぐるみ剥がされてる。ひどい。
Close enough, I guess.
Not even the axe.
悪く思うなよ。大人ってのは
Oh, he lost too.
身ぐるみ剥がされてる。
村長の一人勝ちさ。鬼人のごとき強さだぜ。
ザイン、
仲間探してんだってな。他を当たれ。
冒険者になりたいんでしょ。
昔の話だって言ってんだろう。今更だよ。
This is clearly not the first time he's lost all of his clothes.
ここにいるのは落ちぶれたパンツ一丁のおっさんだ。
フリーレン、僕たちと一緒に魔王を倒そう。
今更だよ。もう500年以上魔族との実戦はやってない。もう戦い方も忘れてしまった。私は決断を先送りしすぎて。
I was about to say that means she's at least
魔王
580.
と戦うのが怖かったんだろうね。
Sorry,
もう
590.
取り返しのつかないほどの年月が経った。
This would have been the start of their journey, which was 10 years, and we know 80 years later, or 81 years later, so 591. And we don't know if she's talking about when she fought the demons in her village. No, because it would have happened after Flame taught her to fight demons. So it's even further back from that. She's older than
Yeah.
591.
そう。今のでよくわかった。やっぱり私ザインのこと嫌いだ。
そうかい。だったら
だから意地でも仲間に誘うことにした。
I don't like you. You're gonna join us.
なんでわけわかんなすぎて怖い。
ありがとう。あったかい。
本当にお騒がせして申し訳ありませんでした。失礼します。
We knew Stark was going to
いくら
lose.
で買い戻せたの？
Stark doesn't even
Yeah.
understand the people that do care about him, let alone
ただで返して
people
くだ
trying
さ
to
いました
grift him.
よかったね。いい人たち。
Yeah.
斧は処分
Oh,
に
I'm curious.
悲しい。
I'm curious if he's not gonna accept the axe. because he lost his weapon.
こちらは
Well, I don't
ザ
think
イン
he's as
様の分です
complicated as that. I think he'll just take his stuff back.
Oh, that was just an innocent thought thrown out there.
シュタルクの身ぐるみを剥がしたこと怒っているんだよ。
やったのは俺じゃなくて村長だって。
ギャンブルする人は最低です。
ごめんよ。
ましてやザイン様は僧侶なのに。
酒を飲む僧侶はどうなのさ。
知らないんですか、フリーレン様。酒は百薬の長なんですよ。
ハイターめ、とんでもない教育しやがって。
Okay, hold on.
まあ
Hold on
仲間
one
にする
second.
かどうかは
Gambling's the worst,
ザインは冒
but
険者になるべ
drinking
きだ
is the best medicine.
打って変わって随分協力的じゃねえか。
To be fair, Hyder did live a long time.
いいと思ったんだよ。
True.
勇者ヒンメルがそうしたように。
どうやらこの冒険者たちは村に滞在することにしたらしい。
Oh, hey, it's the symbol for the goddess of creation that we learned
Yeah.
2 episodes
あの
ago.
日以来毎日のように俺を勧誘してくる。諦めさせようと努力しても
I guess Stark learned nothing.
夢や希望に満ちたあの時のあいつみたいな目で俺を冒険に
Stark just found a bro. That's what happened.
ちょっくら
Stark found someone that he can hang out with that's a guy.
3年後の収穫祭までには戻る。覚悟が決まんねえならそん時でいい。
Just because he didn't come back doesn't mean he's dead.
一緒に行こうぜ。
Remember, Qual got frozen in time for 80 years. Who knows what happens to people?
今ではもう俺には眩しすぎるな。
ザインの好きなものですか。
苦戦しているからね。参考にしたくて。
そうですね。
Ah,
酒に
smart.
タバコにギャンブルに。
それはもう知ってる。
あいつ本当に僧侶なの？
やはりハイター様は真面目な僧侶だったのですね。
真面目な僧侶ってなんだろう。
あとは年上のお姉さんが好きですね。
もはや破壊層じゃねえか。
That's where that line comes from.
正直そんな情報あってもな。何？
Well, we already covered the fact that she's not interested, so I don't even know how this would come into play.
新しい鎌だけど小さくない？これじゃ
Also, people who are interested in older women aren't interested in the concept of being older. They tend to be interested in
True.
people who look older.
他を当たれって。
Well, I say that some people are
年上の
attracted to
お姉さんと
maturity,
したくないか。
but I mean, typically that goes hand in hand with the physicality of it.
そのためにガキの頃の俺は
I can't speak for everyone. I don't even know what I'm trying to do
すっ
here.
げえ不純。
で、どこ？そのお姉さんはどこなの？
ここだよザイン。私はエルフだ。お前よりもずっと年上のお姉さんだよ。
I mean, what's the end game?
そんなこと言ってたっけ？
Don't.
You can't put yourself out there as I'm an older woman, and then
こんなの
what's your end run?
こんなのお姉さんじゃない。
すごく辛そう。
仕方がない。本当はあまりこういうことをしたくなかったけれども。
I don't, like I said, I don't know what the end game is here. Anything's on the
色
table.
仕掛けを使う時が来たようだね。
Is this something Himmel did?
She says the seduction technique her master taught her.
That seems like something Himmel would have done.
まだ早かったかな。
誰かこのお子様を連れて帰ってくれ。
エッチすぎる。
なんなのお前ら。
おかしいな。ヒンメルに試した時は失神するほどの威力だったのに。
Yeah, because Himmel was fucking into you.
Yeah, so Flamme
変だな。
maybe did that as a joke or taught her that Himmel was already into her and
でも
he.
聖職者ってわけか。
Oh my god, that's
いい
hilarious.
加減にしろ。俺は冒険者になるつもりはない。
親友を追いかけたいんじゃないの？
兄貴ならわかるだろ
ザイン。
う。あいつは3年後には帰ってくると言ったんだ。
Oh, it had not been 3. Okay, that's what I thought.
もう死んでいるに決まってんだろうが。
会いに行ってもいないのに諦めるんだ。まだたったの10年だよ。今会いに行かないと近い未
You
来
know,
に
the
後
length of an
悔するよ。
adventure.
あの
Yeah.
時ならまだ間に合ったのかもしれ
How
ない。
about this? We're heading to heaven. If he is dead, he'll still be able to
なんで
talk to
今更
him.
って思っているでしょ。
Yeah, that's
私は今の
that's
話
a
をし
good
ている
argument.
んだよ。ザイン。
いけない。理由は10年前にあいつについていかなかったのと同じだ。兄貴を置いて村を出るだなんて。そんなことできるわけねえだろ。
何を言っているんだ、ザイン。
Don't use me as an excuse.
ハイター様が生徒から視察に来た時、消えちまったんだ。
あなたほどの才があれば生徒の司祭としてもやっていけるでしょう。
私が生徒で。
はい、間違いない。
okay. This
その
changes
場合
things.
弟はどうなりますか？
もちろん生徒へ。
そうですか。ハイター様、せっかくのお話ですが、私はこの村でも生活には困っておりません。弟は幼くして両親を失っています。私はあの子の兄です。
I mean,
あの子から
so did
故郷
you?
まで奪うことはできません。
That puts
My understanding how families
そう
work.
ですか。
So did you?
yeah.
お気持ちはわかりました。
Nope. One of them. Only one of them went through that. The other one didn't.
では無駄足ついでに君の弟さんにたっぷりと冒険談でも話していくとしましょう。
兄貴は俺のためにこの村に残ったんだぞ。
ザイン、そんなことを考えていたの
It's
か。
such an anime trope for somebody when they're walking like that to slap them in the face. That's what I was about to say. That I'm always expecting a slap, so when he didn't slap him immediately, I thought I was wrong.
それに比べてお前はなんだ？いつまで後悔し続けるつもりだ？もういい。
Sometimes you need sense slapped into you.
Well, I can't wait till we start watching Gundam then,
Aniki,
because
I am
you're
up to
gonna
stuff.
love 70s ideas about what you should do to somebody
勘
who's
違い
freaking
しない
out.
でほしいんだけどな。
Oh God,
優
no!
しい兄貴なんだ。
I can already
負けてた
imagine.
ことなんかなかった。そんな兄貴に殴らせちまった。あんな表情は初めて見たな。フリーレン、俺、冒険者になることにしたよ。
Slap the sense into him.
あいつを追いかける。まだ10年しか経ってねえしな。
Like I said, we're heaven to heaven.
そう。
If he's dead, he'll be there, assumedly. If heaven is real.
俺の旅の目的はあいつを探すことだ。あいつを見つけて俺はガキの頃のくだらない夢を叶える。だから途中までだ。途中まで一緒に行ってやる。
やった
やりましたね。
There we go.
ところでお前たちの旅の目的は何なんだ？
Haven't
天国。
never finally just started with that.
目指すような場所か？
Yeah.
死ねばみんな行けんだろ。
ザイン様も行けるんですか？
なんかあの子すげえ当たり強くない？
一緒に頑張ろうな。
Well, I mean, Hyder told you about his adventures, so you should have the whole do a great deed thing to make sure that you have a place in heaven, just like Hyder did.
Yep.
Now, what I thought was, and I didn't even say that I had a train of thought that I wanted to continue into the closing here, is I still don't understand how there's not a constant pilgrimage to heaven. I understand it's like a deadly territory, the travel is restricted, and, you know, there's a whole war thing still going on between the Demon King's old forces and whatever the Northern Empire is called, like, forgotten, but...
Yeah.
you know, people die on the pilgrimage to Mecca today. So I don't understand
Yeah.
how knowing that heaven is real. I know I just said real and did air quotes at the same time. Opposite meanings. Heaven is real, and how you don't have people constantly dying to go there. Because what's the worst case scenario? You wind up there faster than you expected.
Yeah. At first I was gonna say, is it one of those things that's common knowledge because we're seeing people who are in the know?
I can't
But
believe that's true because
it's implied that it's just common knowledge.
yeah, because they say heaven and people just automatically know what they mean. Sometimes they do have to say the other name, so I don't know, but it seems
Yeah.
like it's coming.
人との距離感
死んじゃうと思うんだけど。
一緒に買い物に行こう。年を取ると自然とこうなるんですよ。
のことが嫌いかよ。
ああいうのは若者の特権だな。
It happens naturally when people age. Sounded like Stark. Don't know what it's referring to.
Yeah.
If it was happening to an older man, I would know what he was talking about, but he just turned 18. Well, you don't know this, but there is a show that we will watch eventually if you're still on board with all of this.
Yeah.
Where erectile dysfunction is a major character plot point. So,
hey, it happens.
Yeah, and that character is not much older than Stark. So, that character knows about erectile dysfunction from other places, so he knows it's a psychological issue. Stark saying it happens to people of a certain age is weird, and I don't know where to take it. So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's the first place I went that he's talking about that, but I don't think so because why? Right? Who is he talking to in that scenario?
I don't know. This round, like the last couple rounds of phrases have just left me going, I don't know what's happening next.
There is a very popular show that's, I think, in the running for almost as many episodes as One Piece. You do know that One Piece is the longest running anime, right?
Yeah, it has a gajillion in 5 episodes.
Oh, just like over 1,100, something like that. It's called Detective Conan over here. I can't remember what it's... no, actually, sorry. It's called Detective Conan over there. Over here, it's called Case Closed.
Yep.
Where basically like a teenage detective idolizes Sherlock Holmes, gets poisoned, and it turns him into a little kid. So he has to figure out the cure to turn him back, while also pretending to be his own relative.
Okay.
Like hiding all this, but he's also solving mysteries the whole time. And it's like a realistic Scooby-Doo, right? You see all the clues, you have to put it all together. Like, I think the very first one is literally that old somebody is hung in a room by the neck, and the floor is wet, and those are your only clues. And you find out that it's like he was standing on an ice block or something like that.
Yeah.
In a sealed room. That sort of thing. At the end of every episode, they give you a clue to the mystery of the next episode, and it's just like an item. So, like, next time, hamburger. It's like weird shit like that, where you have no context, you don't know what the next episode's about, who might die, who might not die. Just looking out for a hamburger. That's like what this is. It's like one snippet of conversation from a 24-minute episode with God knows how many conversations.
Yeah.
It's like being in a foreign language, right? You're just listening for your name or the one or two words you might have remembered from high school a long time ago.
Yeah, it's that out of left field where you're like, what the fuck? I don't.
Yeah, so like I said, I have no context of what he's talking about. I can only think about another show and what a jokey comedy type thing might put those kind of words in context for.
Yes.
Well, any other thoughts about the episode?
I think you're on the right path. I think this episode still continues this arc of Frieren becoming more of like an understanding motherly figure.
So you think the episode where she tries to become the older woman and seduces a priest is the episode where she's the mother figure?
It's the learning process of her being like, oh shit, this is like things don't just work without prerequisite.
It's the fact that she understood that she was trying to seduce him. She uses the thought process seduce.
100%.
Which
She was like,
means there
oh,
was an end
this'll
game
work.
there.
100%. She was doing it to get him to come on the journey, but I think it was a moment of, oh shit. Not everyone falls for this.
I don't know.
Because I think she's only tried it on one person.
He seemed weird because he seemed like the thing I was talking about against before, that people that like older women aren't just like, oh, I am aroused by the number, right? Like, cause he seemed
100%.
weirdly like literally that person, because he says, oh, my older woman isn't an older woman, because he's treating her like a lolly and not a.
Yeah.
Like I said, some people are literally attracted to just maturity and not like. But she doesn't act mature either, so.
No, she does not.
Any final thoughts about this episode then? Anything else you want to make sure you get out there into the ether before we move on?
No, I think I'm good.
All right then. Of course, we've got another extra bit to get into here, so let's go ahead and move on into that.
Hell yeah.
早々のフリーレン〇〇の魔法朝決まった時間に起きれるように
Well, she's never fucking used this one before.
Oh god, no.
この魔法
Unless she's casting it on other people to take care of her in the morning.
フェルンは朝強いと思うけど
私にじゃありません。フリーレン様にかけるんです。
Oh, spell for friend.
フリーレン様はゆっくりできるじゃなくて、そのまま一生寝てるんじゃないかと思うくらいです。早速かけてみましょう。とりあえず朝6時で。
She's like, whoa, 6? Nah, fam.
Yeah, I don't have a need for an alarm clock spell, thanks.
すごい、こんな朝早くに起きてる。
She's not happy about it.
フリーレン様。
No.
はい。じゃあ朝ごはんにしましょうか。
Seems to wake you up like a zombie.
You can wake her up.
起きてください。
Doesn't mean she's not going back to bed.
I certainly wouldn't want to be falling asleep with my forks pointed right up at my face.
No. Ah!
I can't tell you how many times back when I used to work at Target. It was one of my first jobs.
Mhm.
And I don't drive that. I don't drive anywhere. I don't drive today. In fact, I get rides, but there was a period of, say, I don't know, I would say it was only like a week where I did not have a ride anymore, so I had to walk 8 miles to work. And the roads were being constructed back then. Like, I'm in a tourist area, so they were expanding the road, so all I had was walk in the middle of the road or literally through the mud and then over bridges that were not designed for travel. Like, the 18-wheelers would go past you and the air would threaten to push you off into a river. And I don't mean like real close to the ground. I mean like the fall will kill you river. Because literally there was an upturned railway right next to it where there's plenty of stories of people jumping off and committing suicide. So I knew it was high enough to kill you. But the thing is that I was also at school at the same time. So I was just not sleeping, right? I was just awake the whole day. So I would be falling asleep walking down the middle of the road. Or I would get to work and I would just go into the break room. Or sometimes I would fall asleep at I was doing the call security area. And I would just fall asleep there and someone, Michael, you there? You know? Or I'd be in the break room, right? This is the part I was getting to. I'd be in the break room. I'd fall asleep at one of the tables. I would wake up, look at the clock, jump up, and my legs would be asleep. Just both of them. I guess I somehow.
That's rough.
Yeah, well, I mean, not like, yeah. like I can't feel it. I don't realize it, so I go to jump up. I guess the momentum, legs don't catch me because they're asleep. So right through a table.
Yep.
Well, thank God I'm there and by myself because it's a night crew. Is the only other people there, and they're out on the floor doing everything. So I'm just in the back room by myself. Get up, everything all over the place. I tell you, I didn't fuck anything up as much as myself at Target.
Gonna say.
I would be, because it was so boring sometimes too. At that same security desk position, I would be sitting there bored out of my mind. I would whittle a pencil with a razor blade. I'm never gonna pick it up on camera. I got a slice through the finger there that's still like this bright white line, right into it. And of course, I'm a teenager at the time, so I don't want to let anyone know I've done something so stupid. There's literally blood all over the floor as I'm just hand under the desk as people are walking around me. I've gone through so many wads of shit just covering it up. Like literally by the time I had the presence of mind to tell anybody, I went to the emergency room and they said, "There's too much dead skin. You waited too long. We can't do anything about this but to try and seal it up."
Jesus.
I did so much stupid shit while I was there.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, well. Goes to explaining the kind of person I am today. The kind of person that has a 20-minute conversation about walking behind somebody on the road.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that had nothing to do with Frieren.
It did not.
Any final wrap-up thoughts about this?
Yes, I love the realism of the fact, yes, you can force someone to wake up with magic. However, if you do so, if they didn't get enough sleep, they're just falling back asleep.
Oh, thought I actually had about that. I mean, yeah, you brought that up, which is also a good point. Circadian rhythms, right? That she lives 1,000 years, maybe more, right? It could be entirely possible she could have like a hibernation cycle. She doesn't have to wake up and sleep every day. She could legit sleep for 10 years, then just be awake for 10 years.
Oh.
I mean, obviously it's not how that works because we've seen it, but I just mean it's entirely plausible that if you live long enough, you don't actually need to live off of the same day-night cycle everyone else does.
I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. I like that.
Alright, well, I think that was everything for Frieren today.
Indeed.
So, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Justin. Together we're Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?